Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another round here of Season 7 for SRA. We're hitting round 6. We head to Leicestershire, England, the Donington Park circuit. With me tonight, he loves a pizza party, Mike Gino. Welcome back. Glad to have you back.
Thank
How
you.
you
Good
feeling?
to be back. Feeling good. Big fan of Donington, so I'm excited
Yeah.
to see what happens tonight, especially in the wet. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. It's definitely a different ball game here in the wet. I don't know if you've done any practice, but
Of course not.
of course not. I didn't expect you to. But joining us as well, man, spent some money this week, maybe last week, we don't know. Cody Platt with a new rig this week. Cody, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. It's every week, man. Excited to see another
Every
wet
week,
race.
yes. Yes, the second last wet race this season. If people have probably learned from the last one is, as we have said in previous races, that 1.9 has taken its and putting its mark here on these drivers. I know we had a lot of carnage. What was our last wet race? I can't remember. It's dawning on me.
Imola? No.
No.
Watkins Glen.
Watkins.
Yeah. Watkins Glen, yes. Watkins Glen. So, yep, we're going to be watching another wet race. Donington. I don't know about you, Cody, but have you done any practice yet?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident.
Yeah.
Gained a lot of pace these last 24 hours.
Could it be the hardware upgrade? Potentially.
Probably quite a bit to do with that, because at the beginning of the week when I made the switch over, it felt terrible, and I thought I was just not gonna race this track, but that has changed.
Yeah, and I think several people here in D5 had that same idea of not racing, as we do only have 25 people. But before we go over there, the practice session did just end. Let's jump over to the track map, talk about that for a sec.
Sure.
While you've been practicing, I've done a little practice myself, Cody. What do you find difficult about this track in the wet?
So the most difficult thing about this track in the wet and in general is that you have to be super, super disciplined, especially on corners like turn 1, and then that second braking zone and the third braking zone. You have to be extremely patient going into the apex and when you get on throttle, because if you get on throttle too soon, you'll spin out. If you get on throttle too late, you'll lose a bunch of time. And if you get on either of the curbs while you're getting on throttle, you risk just ruining your race.
I was going to say you risk just about everything. I have noticed that myself. I have probably put this track is probably the most laps I've put in on this game, and the habits of the dry practice definitely they show here, and I'm sure there's several people that are finding that situation as well. Like you said, braking on curbs, that'll be into turn 4, which is considered the old hairpin. A lot of times you want to sweep left to hit that braking zone on the left. That does involve the curb, but you definitely don't want to brake on the curb, as you'll lose the tail end or slide sideways into the wall and probably ending your race. Another situation about the same corner, I think it's turn 7, another sweeping left into the braking zone, into that sharp right, could kill you as well. And then we do have the chicane there. I believe it's turn 9, 10 on the map here. Some cars are going to be totally capable of taking this chicane as it is in the drive. Some cars are probably going to have to go slower and a little safer. That could also come down to confidence as well. And then you do have the old Melbourne hairpin down there at turn, I believe it's 11, that says.
11, yeah.
Everybody's favorite turn.
Exactly. Very easy to send. We might see a couple of send to the Shadow Realms tonight down there in turn 10, as people do have different braking points, different brake marks, and depending on the spray, they might miss that. So we'll see. And then, of course, you got turn 11, the final corner, probably just as difficult as a hairpin, as you kind of got that downhill left turn in there. So we'll see. Might be a little difficult for these people, as it is a pretty tough track in the wet. But we'll jump over to qualifying, as the silvers have started and are probably on their banker laps. Like I said before, we do have 25 people tonight, so we're missing quite a bit of people. A lot of points on the table. Nobody's setting any laps yet, just trying to set a good time. But yeah, what do we think of tonight? Anybody got any picks? Any lottery picks tonight?
It's always a shot in the dark for wet races, especially because we
Always.
can't get a good idea based on the hot lap times put down since there's changing conditions with
Yep.
each server. But I think my pick's gonna be Byron this week. He's been
Ian
or has
Byron.
had he's had a lot of pace the past few weeks, and I think he can get it done today.
It's a great pick. What are you thinking about, Cody? What do you got?
So, I think I might change it up a little bit.
Oh,
No, I'm not going to change it. My pick's going to be Cube Master for this week.
Cube Master. Yes, the legendary Cube. Big fan of the Cube Master. He lights up that fuel calculator page like it's nobody's business. Putting in the work. So, Cube Master's a great pick. So is Ian Byron. Ian Byron, like you said, has been putting in some great results. A lot of pace lately. Cube Master also a sleeper pick. I don't mind that pick as well. I myself am going to go with the good old trusty Pat Cockroft. He's had a great season so far. Has gotten a podium and he's been sneaking around the top 5 most races. So I think with a little bit of help from the weather, I think Pat's going to be in with a good one if he can keep it on track for an hour. But our points leader in Martin Riggs also could be a good shout in that McLaren Evo, yet to be patched. So we'll see what happens. I know he hasn't had a lot of practice, but he's also probably searching for another good result, as he had a very dominating performance last week at Monza. But anything could happen here in the wet. So we shall see. As we do have a couple people coming across the line so far. Bobby Dockendorf currently on provisional pole with a 33.7. Then we got Yuzerski in P2, 34.4. 7/10 off of Bobby. I think those are a couple of banker laps. We do have 5.5 minutes left of the silver qualifying.
I will
A lot
say,
of time being gained at the moment.
oh yeah, I'll definitely say too, between Dockendorf and Yuzerski, both being 5/10 and then 7/10 up from the people behind them, are starting the silvers off pretty strong here.
Absolutely, and like my kid said, that with the wet, ever-changing, I can't speak right now. The ever-changing conditions of the practice servers, nobody really knows where their pace is. There was the practice race last night, so we might have people might have an idea, but that doesn't always
Lorenzo
include
with a
everybody.
huge lap.
Absolutely, Chris. Wow, I was about to say Chris. Lorenzo, 33.3, 4/10 up ahead of Justin Rutledge, who put in a 33.7. 200s, maybe a little less than 200s quicker than Bobby, but Lorenzo with that heater. He has had some good races, a couple of misfortunate events at Monza, but we do have the one drop race that is actually being applied to the team points now. Didn't know that until last night. Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, I learned that last week as well. I was super confused looking at the standings and reached out and asked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us know, Doug.
Yeah, right. I found out from a ping from Dahi. So
Interesting. I had no idea.
me neither.
That's good to know. I felt guilty of leaving my teammate one week and couldn't make a race. I'm like, well, sorry, man. Last season I screwed him over doing the same thing. So good to know it gets dropped now.
For sure, and that's gonna help a lot of people, yourself included. But yeah, 25 people, a lot of points, like I said, on the table tonight. All you gotta do is finish the race, and some people might get their best result tonight.
Just for showing up.
Exactly.
Yep. If some people leave early, just 5 people is a guaranteed top 20. So it'll be a big day for points for a lot of people.
Ooh, Yuzerski spins out on the last corner. He was on a good lap too.
Looks like we might get a new provisional pole. Dockendorf's going to take it back.
just about, but he lost it on the
Lorenzo.
last
He
corner.
lost it on the last corner. Yeah.
Yeah, Lorenzo with a 32.9. Bobby Dockendorf 3.5 tenths off of that time. Rutledge currently 8 tenths, but is currently 4 tenths up on his time as well. We do have just under 3 minutes left, so they've got about 2 to 3 laps potentially where they're at on track. And then those goals will be queuing here in about a minute and a half, maybe a little before that, but track's probably going to be drying out here. I can't quite tell.
Yeah, I can't.
But that dry line will be forming for those goals, so I'm going to be expecting a lot of improvement on times here, as it usually does through these wet qualifying settings. But it's very rare to see a Silvers have the better qualifying session. But it has happened this season before to a couple divisions.
Seems like the deltas are kind of all over the place. They're up, they're down. It doesn't seem like it's a uniform. Everyone's improving right now.
Yeah, it's a wild session. A lot of red, a lot of green. I think it's Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Sadat put in a good lap. That was a 5th. He was outside the top 10.
As did Friday. Friday was also about 2 seconds off there and
right with him now.
Made about a second improvement.
Lorenzo snagged back that, or no, I'm sorry, he had it. And we've got Rigatoni followed by Vincent back to back. They're both up half a second on their times coming into the final 2 corners. Oh, Vincent.
Both of them have strong deltas at the moment.
Got a good turn there.
Hey, Cody got a little issue with the pip window. Got a gray screen there. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go. Rigatoni sneaks into the top 5. And Vincent slotted into 7 right behind them.
It's doing it again.
Yeah, it looks like it, oh, there you go.
I think you have to keep it open. If possible.
Lorenzo's going to get some more time on his lap. An extra 2 tenths coming across the line. So now he's up half a second on Dockendorf for that silver pole.
So we do have 10 seconds left of the silver qualifying. Those golds are lined up, ready to go, ready to get on this track. The dry line has formed. And they are ready to go put some blistering times. Poe, yellow flag, I believe that'll be his qualifying session as he does return to pits.
Flores is up 1.34, now 5 seconds on his time. He went from last. Oh, he's just snuck in one spot.
Yeah, just one spot.
Thought he could gain a couple more there.
That's crazy with all that delta.
Lorenzo goes in with a 32.7 currently. Down on his time. Bobby Dockendorf looking to improve at all if he can. He is half a second down and not improving much.
At the moment, the only driver on track with a significant delta is Sadat.
Yeah, had a
Donahue was up.
Right there.
Rutledge was up as well.
Yeah, Donahue's feathering between positive and negative right now. Oh no, Sadat takes a wide turn. You might. He got a good run off though. He's gonna gain or hold it pretty much.
Yep.
Jumps a few spots there.
It's
Up to
P6.
6th.
Now, if Donahue makes any time up here, he could gain a position. Loses the rear. And our last silver is Dockendorf.
Who's gonna gain a little bit of time. He had a really good last turn there. 3 tenths on the last turn, but still not enough to get into that first position for silver.
Right. Looks like we're going to be starting off with Pat.
Yep, Pat got Cockcroft with first gold across the line. We'll see how those silver times hold up.
Yeah.
Looks like there's a dry line forming. Just visually, at least. So we'll see where Lorenzo pops out after these golds go.
As it is split about even between golds and silvers. We got 12 silvers and 13 gold. We did have a pit lane start, but I don't see him currently here tonight. So he will have to serve that whenever he races next, unfortunately. But I don't think it's going to be tonight, as I don't see Matt Mattisey anywhere tonight.
This would be the race I'd want to start from the back.
I agree.
Fewer cars and possibly more accidents that you can just slip right through. Cockcroft took a nice tight line through turn 11 there. One more to go.
As he does cross the line with a decent lap there, banker lap, P3, you know, 9/10 off.
Nice lap.
Very
William
good lap.
Brown.
William Brown.
Right
Not
ahead
too
of him.
far off.
Yep.
Yeah, really good banker from Will.
Yep. Byron snuck in right in front of Will.
Yeah. Yeah, these goals they're coming for Lorenzo.
Yep.
Under a second on their first lap. As William Brown is actually at 4/10 already, just through for first sector.
Martin Riggs, your championship leader, is 18th and falling to 19th. Definitely a banker for him. He'll need to improve on.
For sure, Ian Byron.
Ooh, Felker snuck in there, top of the gold.
Yep. I just saw that.
Really nice time by
Felker
Ryan
was
there.
quick during was that Imola, our first race we commentated with his technical difficulties.
I think he
that
was,
I
or
believe it
Watkins.
was Watkins.
Wet
yeah,
Watkins.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a wet specialist, apparently.
apparently.
Apparently, not a bad trait to have.
No, definitely not.
Pat Cockcroft has gained a lot of time on his delta on this second lap.
Yep, he'll be.
Keeps it super clean, even though he takes quite a bit of curb there on the inside.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
loses about a tenth.
Did lose 2/10. P3 for Pat. Not a bad lap. He's got a lot more, and he knows it.
Will Brown slots in right behind him in fourth.
So Martin Riggs currently at 1.4 seconds, 1.2 seconds on his lap. Gonna need double that to have any chance at the top position.
Cube Master was up 2 seconds on his lap. I'm not sure where he jumped up to. 16. He was in the 20s.
We'll see if he can make me proud.
Yeah.
Martin Riggs up to 15th with that lap.
Ooh, Ortiz got up 4/10 on his time, jumped up to 4th, right between Cockcroft and Brown.
Ian Byron up 3.5 tenths as well.
Wicks is off
Currently
track.
P7. What else we got? We got Boston O down in P25, currently 1.3 seconds up on his time.
Yep. Looks like he just got his one banker in so far.
He's got a big gap to improve on. Looks like he's going to.
Yep. Looks like he's
Stands.
getting close to 2 seconds now. More than 2 seconds.
Byron gains time here in the last corner. And then loses it. So he's going to improve by about a
Oh.
tenth up to 6th.
Boisano had a rough final corner. He just went deep. He still gains 4 or 5 positions, but
Yeah.
He had a lot more he could have gained there.
Oh yeah, still a 2-second gain on his delta, and
Yep.
wonder how much more he can find on that last corner.
Felker's up 3.5 tenths right now, coming into the final corner. So he's looking to slot in a couple more positions higher.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. A little loose on the exit, but he'll gain a few. Yep, up to the top of the golds.
Yep.
Uh-oh, looks like Ortiz is off track.
Ooh, tough spot to spin out too.
Yep. Just waiting for people to go by.
Nick Cameron's leaving Sector 2 here with 5 tenths on his delta. Only loses a little bit of it there in the chicane.
Yeah, real tight those team positions, so any gain's gonna be a big bump for him.
He might even be able to get into the tens if he keeps this final corner clean.
Yep, that was
Looks
really
like he
nice
did.
final corner. Really
and
nice.
He'll go from 16th all the
Ooh.
way to 6th.
6th, 10th spots.
As it stands, the 2 silvers on top, Lorenzo and Dockendorf, are showing them how it's done. I wonder if it got wetter.
It might have. As Rodney's actually up. Never mind, I jinxed him. I'm so sorry. So he was up 2.5 tenths, but it lost about half of that.
Yeah, looking at the
As I was
deltas,
speaking.
I'm gonna guess that it's gotten a little wet, and that we might not see any more strong improvements.
It's not a ton of time gain. Martin Riggs snuck into the top 10 that last lap as well.
Although it appears the Bentley might be impervious to what I'm saying, as he's out there with a mission to prove me wrong. 4 tenths up on his time.
It is a boat after all.
Yeah.
So it can go through this wet pretty easily.
Oh,
He's up
that's
4
We are closing in on the end of qualifying here. 35 seconds left of quali. Those on a lap, this is probably their last lap. We do have most of them coming through the hairpin. Might be able to make it to the line to make another lap if they have the fuel. But those that have started a lap are now on their last lap, trying to get anything they can here at the end. Kind of like Bobby did, as he is holding onto that P2 right behind Lorenzo.
Lane Yates took over the top gold spot. Just barely over Felker.
Felker had a strong delta, but coming into Sector 3, it looks like...
We have... Oh, no! I was going to say Ortiz was up 5 tenths on his lap. He could have gone for pole, but he lost it going into the final sector.
That chicane's no joke, especially in the wet.
No.
Yep.
Yes.
That's a shame.
But that will be the end of qualifying. We have a couple more people left on their lap. Q-Master, Boston, no. Martin Riggs, William Brown, Ian Byron, and Lane Yates all left to finish their last lap. Nobody really improving. Q-Master up a tenth, 2 tenths.
Kind of staying where they're at here.
Yep.
See, though, Byron has a chance here with a little bit on his delta, and Sector 3 is pretty make or break, so let's find out.
Takes a wide turn into 11.
Yeah, seemed like he was just on the gas too early there.
Still holding that delta pretty even, though, at 2 tenths gains. And then big final corner. He gained 3 tenths there, 2 tenths.
That's going to shoot him up to the top of golds.
Yep. Ooh, my pick's looking pretty good.
Saucy.
If the track did get worse, I'm liking my pick pretty good.
Cube Master, meanwhile, improves by 4 tenths up into P15.
Very good lap from the Cube. Martin Riggs currently half a second down on his lap as he crossed the line. That will conclude qualifying. We got 2 silvers at the top, locking out the front row. Lorenzo and Dockendorf.
They're
Ian
fast
Byron
silvers,
there.
though.
Absolutely.
They've
Absolutely.
been near the top before. They're not. They didn't get lucky just on the weather.
No, for sure. Ian Byron in P3, like you said, leading the goals. Lane Yates P4 right next to him. Rodney Felker P5. Pat Cockcroft P6. Ortiz 7th. Cameron 8. Brown 9. And Martin Riggs rounding up the top 10. Very good qualifying. It's probably pretty tricky out there, but hopefully these guys have put in the practice. They know what to expect.
Silver's
2
locking
minutes
out the
tills.
front row of the grid.
Yep. Definitely have a giant gap between the rest of the silver field. Is the next position silver is in P11 with Rutledge.
Dang.
So the big points on the table for those two.
It's going to feel quite good for them.
Absolutely. Clear track, no spray for hopefully one of them. But not sure where the start line is here. Hopefully everybody's around that final corner and starting on the line. So it's not too difficult, but do have an hour of Donington in the wet tonight. For those of you who are new and don't understand what is going on, we have gold-plated drivers are our gold class, silver plate is our silver class. The orange one next to those names are the pit indicators. If you have the orange one, you have not pit. If that same mark is green, those people have pit. We do have the 55-minute pit window once again. So if you get any early damage, any trouble here at the beginning, just wait the extra lap and be able to pit and do what you can a hot lap, make it back. But yeah, wet Donington, here we go.
It's gonna be exciting this first lap.
Absolutely. I think we're going to see a pretty safe lap one from these guys. They've done pretty well this season on lap one. No real major incidences, turn one specifically. So
Yep, it's a smaller field as well, so less bodies to hit. If things do go wrong.
Absolutely. And while these guys are getting their setups here, we have 5 seconds till the formation laps. Let's jump over to the standings here, kind of see where we're standing with 3 races left. That is including this race as well. The driver standings, like we have said already, Martin Riggs currently leading, had a massive win last week at Monza. And his competitor, William Brown, where is William? Starting P9, one position in front of him. Had a rough race last week, but
That's going to be interesting to watch. 9 and 10 for the lead.
absolutely.
I wouldn't count
And
Nick
I mean, the
Cameron out,
gap.
though.
I was gonna say the gap only 33 points, and then 11 points from Nick Cameron and Brown. So still pretty close. DJ Watts in P4, currently not here tonight, so he might lose out on a bunch of points. Lane Yates P5. He's also sitting in a great spot tonight, top 5 start. So he's going to be looking to claw back some points if possible. Ian Byron P6, top of the gold split tonight, and just within 100 points there. Jumping over to the team standings. Like I said, we do have the drop race now in team standings, so might have shaken things up. The team Stardust in the Porsche sitting on 541. Bobby Dockendorf, Nick Cameron. Bobby Dockendorf currently sitting P2 tonight. Front row start for him, so a good result. Will probably retain their positions there. 43 points ahead of Champion Motorsport Electrified Hydration. That is DJ Watts and Ryan Bossino. Like I said, DJ Watts not here tonight, so could be losing out on a bunch of points in a potential championship bout. But
And
see if Bossino can.
Well, he's sitting a bit further down the grid than I think he's used to at the moment. So Team Stardust really has an opportunity here to pull ahead.
Absolutely. And Madhouse Racing, Area 992, Pat Cockcroft, Darren Wicks, currently only 25 points. Maybe it's a little more, somewhere around there. Behind the Champion Motorsports team. Maybe they'll claw it back. Pat Cockcroft sitting there. Top 5, Darren Wicks. Not top 5, top 10, sorry. Darren Wicks also probably going to try and do his best to make up any positions tonight. Claw that back. But yeah, a lot to play for here. 3 races left. As we do come around the hairpin. Drivers are lining up side by side.
Race getting ready to begin.
Just jump over here. Alrighty, as we approach the last corner, everybody's lined up, ready to go. Wet Donington, we have an hour of racing tonight. D5, round 6, season 7.
Green light.
Super late start.
Yeah, I was going to say they were held for a while as we are off and away. Lorenzo and Dockendorf still side by side through turn 1. Everybody's still sticking to that inside-outside 2-lane wide. As Lane Yates a little sketchy there.
Everyone made it clean through turn 1 at least.
Yep, Lorenzo did pull ahead of Bobby. Looks like Bobby just kind of backed out a bit. Not sure if just playing it safe. Lap 1, you never know what's going to happen. An hour is a long time.
Very long
Yellow
time.
and Demler off the track a bit. Let's see a little bit of that tonight. It is a little slippery, so we'll see what happens with that. He does safely rejoin. Good on him.
Will Brown and Martin Riggs already getting pretty scrappy with each other. I think they've traded a position once.
I'm on board Riggs, but he just got a little deep into a corner, hit the grass. He lost the spot to Donahue.
And Rutledge.
And he lost another one to Rutledge. Yep.
Front 2 rows have kept it relatively clean and single file.
Yeah, at least from what I've seen, it's been pretty clean. It looks like someone did an over-under there, or a switchback. They're going side by side. It's Nick Cameron and Felker.
Oh, Cube Master goes
This
off
Q
track
Master
there.
gets spun around, yeah.
Oh, Felker goes really wide into the grass. He's going to lose 3 positions.
Will Brown takes another position there.
Oh, there is a little bit of bumping, a little door-to-door action towards the back end here.
Pretty clean lap 1 though, if I do say.
I couldn't agree more.
That's why we come to D5 for our races, huh?
Pinnacle.
Exactly. This is the pinnacle of the SRA racing.
Absolute
understand.
pinnacle. I think Byron might have gone off track there for a moment, as he appears to lose 2 positions.
That's 2 of our picks now that have gone off track.
Yeah. Third time's a
Pat
charm.
Calcroft, P4.
Yeah.
He's a coming.
Pat's sweating right now if he knows that you picked him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Hopefully he didn't.
I like those battles. Looks like Rutledge tried to get down the inside of Donahue, but just had nowhere to go. Was slow in the chicane, and luckily didn't get passed by Riggs. Riggs had nowhere to go to make the pass.
Grid's still staying relatively packed together on this second lap. Starting the third now.
Yeah, and we'll see a lot of gaps start to form. Kind of see where everybody's pace is kind of lying. There will be a lot of issues in overtaking, as it is pretty difficult usually in the wet, as you do get a lot of aero wash. You do get the drifts if you do happen to brake late or you turn in too sharply. So kind of just going to be feasting on people's downfalls and mistakes, and that's kind of where you're going to be sitting. If you're stuck behind somebody, you might see people pit early, but so far only one person has pit.
Yeah, looks like
Felix and
Looks
Aoki both in the pits at the moment.
Aoki, I think, joined late because he hasn't run any
He did.
laps.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we're up to 27 people, so I think he just missed the start of the race.
Yeah, and you do have to sit there for a little bit. So he is out of the pits. He did.
Oh my goodness, Demler. What the heck happened? I'm rewinding
That's the
on
second time he's gone off.
in the window. I just saw him full speed towards the wall. Oh, it just got too much curb and it just threw him right at the wall.
Donahue looks like he got a really good run on Felker here. Might be an opportunity on the inside. Not quite. I think here in the wet, primarily what you're going to be wanting to do in order to gain positions is just kind of following closely behind and praying for a mistake of the guy.
Yeah, no one's going to be making those super aggressive moves down the inside.
As we do see Rigatoni and Boston and Q-Master all ducking into the pits here.
Hoping to get some clean track to get some laps in.
Yeah, potentially undercut. So it is very possible.
Yep, the whole midfield, everyone's within 1 second of each other, or 1 second from the car in front and the car in back of them. So
Yeah.
Ian Byron got that train.
I almost made a comment about how the top 10 on the grid. Oh, Donahue looking up the inside, but decides to just file in outside there. I was going to make a comment earlier that the top 10 drivers had finally created a train and had created their second plus gaps, but within one lap they all came within a second of each other again.
So our leader Lorenzo's up 2.5 seconds on Dockendorf. So those two definitely showing they have pace, even though they were in the silver qualifying.
Yeah,
They're
and
going to be feeling good about that.
Lorenzo's fastest lap is 6/10 clear of anybody who's in like close to him. So he's got something going on over there.
Quali fuel?
Could be.
Half tank.
Could be.
Yeah, this one's definitely looks like it's shaking up to be a patience game.
Wazano, one of the first people to pit, as he's behind Rigatoni, who's leading the people who have pit. Going to be interesting to see how that plays out, how much pace they might be able to pick up over the rest of the midfield.
Pat Cockcroft has closed the gap. 2-Lane Yates for that P3 position, currently down to half a second.
Yep, he's just can't get a run on him, unfortunately. That's who I've been spectating. He's there, just finding a spot to make that move is gonna be tough.
Yeah.
And if he's not careful, Ian Byron in that train might be on his tail real soon too.
They might be catching up quickly.
Nick Cameron actually putting the pressure on Ian Byron, trying to take that 5th position.
Yep. Martin Riggs came in the pit too. He was in those, I don't know if he was 10th or 11th or so, but he was in that mix. So we'll see how that works out for him later on.
Yeah, and Friday also going in at the same time.
Yep. Everyone doing their best to space out, it seems like.
They're trying. I'm surprised it hasn't happened quicker. Like, over half of the people in the top 15 are within a second of another.
As Martin Riggs does have a stop-go 30.
Oh, no.
Speeding in the pit lane.
Drop race.
Apparently.
Could be.
That's not sure. It's only 25 people. He can still work his way up.
Yeah, he can get a few points here. But that might spell the maybe temporary end of his run as championship leader.
He could, but
things shake up.
He got loose on my replay. Just same curve as we saw previously, just taking too much of that. Way
Oh.
too slippery.
Yeah. Cockcroft still doing his damnedest to try and get close to Lane Yates. I shouldn't say get
getting
close,
there.
he is close, but
Yeah, he is close. But
That
Byron,
Bentley is just so wide.
yeah, it's a narrow track too.
Yeah.
how's he supposed to be able to see out of the Porsche and beyond the Bentley in front of him?
Byron fell back a little bit behind them, so there's not, at least there's not extra pressure for the time being, at least.
Right. That's our only battle in the top 6. A little bit further back, we have Ortiz chasing down Cameron.
And then we've got Felker, Donahue, and Rutledge. The 3 of them in a group together, pretty much isolated by themselves. Ooh, I say that Donahue got a little loose. It's pulling off the tires on the inside. It looks like he's having some temp issues.
Looks like Wicks just had an off-track moment. So
It
he
looks like
falls
he's
down a couple
dropping a few
positions.
spots.
Spartan Riggs does clear that stop-go 30 and is
Oh.
sitting in P25.
Donahue's struggling right now. Rutledge now. He had to run him in the final corner, just nowhere to go. But looks like Donahue's losing some grip. He's dropped a second to Felker in front of him.
Well, if he's losing grip after 12 minutes, he's in for a long 48 minutes.
Yeah, he's gonna have a rough day.
Yeah, it's not going to be the greatest moment for him. Keeps getting
No,
worse.
I think it's time to up that TC a notch.
Oh, jeez! Anyone that takes that curve that we've been seeing, just too much of it. The slightest wiggle, I get nervous for him.
Connor Yuzerski pits from the mid pack. I'm super curious to see just where he ends up. Looks like right behind Boisonneau, so he's slotting in more or less in second in terms of the people who've pit already.
Yeah, not bad.
Must add some good pace for those opening laps.
This reminds me of when you watch a NASCAR race and nothing's really going on.
Yeah.
You get the crank it up section where you just let the audio play.
Yeah, you know. Get to listen to the engines, you know?
I mean,
Yeah, who doesn't like that?
Looks like Bat
Absolutely.
is off track. Bat is off track.
Yep, yellow flag for
And
him.
Sadat, I'm going to rewind on that one since it's the first thing that happened in a bit.
He's off track in a very interesting place there. It's like
I'm not
he's
sure what happened here. It just went wide on the exit.
Sadat
And
had a
lost.
little bit of an off track as well.
Yeah, I lost 2 positions. And Yuzerski's in the pit again.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Not
gonna
sure what happened there.
He got the bug.
yeah.
The it doesn't refill you bug.
I'm gonna guess that that's exactly what happened, which is really a shame for him as he was in a good spot.
Yeah, it's averaging about 1 per race here.
It's
Very
hard to see.
unfortunate, and it is very demoralizing.
Oh yeah.
Has happened to myself.
Yeah. It does stink. You practice all week and then
Oh, Poe setting it
Something
up the
like that.
inside of 11. That's a Robichaud. Nice move by Poe there. He clears him.
yeah, nice place to make it happen. I think that's the first on-track overtake that we've seen.
Yep.
We'll take it. But
Good
Ian
work, though.
Byron has caught up to Pat Cockcroft. Close the gap to half a second. Has pulled away from Nick Cameron a bit, who does have Ortiz and Brown on the back of him for P6. Three-way battle for P3 and a three-way battle for P6. See if anybody has the confidence to overtake.
Byron might have the most confidence, being that he hunted down these two in front of him. I think if anyone's going to make a move, it would be him.
Yeah, you know what they say though. Catching is one thing, passing is another.
Yeah. I just think that Cockcroft being slotted behind Yates for so long, I think he's shown he's in for the long haul. He's showing patience.
Yep. He's definitely going to have tire degradation, I think faster than that Bentley will though. Especially being in somewhat dirty air. Not that the aero matters as much here in the wet. Well, we have a three-way battle for what is P3, so podium, and gold P1.
Yep.
That is true. Lorenzo is 5.5 seconds clear of Bobby up there in P2.
He just needs to keep it clean the
Yep.
rest of the way. Things go downhill quickly in the wet, so.
Yep, one mistake could be detrimental to your race.
Byron seems like he's getting hungrier and hungrier.
Yeah, he's smelling blood. He hit some good corners in the first part of this lap. It's like Cube Master also got to the back of Rigatoni pretty quickly.
Keep an eye on Cube and
Yep. As Byron
Rigatoni.
was almost side by side with Cockcroft there. If Cube gets close, I'll jump the small window over to him.
it looks like Cockcroft has had to put some defensive maneuvers out now as he's fallen back behind Yates. Feeling the pressure from Byron again.
Definitely feeling the pressure.
Does look like now there might be enough of a gap for Pat to drive back up to Yates.
Also, Nick Cameron now is within 0.6 of Byron.
And
Byron had-
Ortiz.
Yeah, and Ortiz right behind him. Byron had a bit of a rough with the first sector there. And I kind of invited, as he goes wide. And Nick Cameron's going to take that spot. Just a rough lap there for Byron.
Nice way for Nick
And
to just sit and wait. Oh,
he almost lost another one, but luckily Ortiz slots back in behind him.
yeah, luckily he was
And,
able to keep that door shut long enough.
I missed it, but Yates just got passed on the outside by Cockcroft. So I'm going to rewind 15 seconds there. Oh, Yates missed the chicane.
Yep,
or
so you had to
the,
get in the
the
grass.
But
Yeah.
Pat actually went wide at the hairpin, and which allowed Lane Yates to
Yates
get
is
back.
back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is tough. I think in part because Lane just said, hey, the inside here is mine, and Cockcroft had no choice but to more or less let him through.
That feels bad for Cockcroft. You've been waiting that long for a mistake. You
That's
finally
right.
get it, and just your own mistake right after.
I'm sure he'll have another chance at it, and it looks like now that three-way fight for P3 and P1 gold has become a five-way fight as the people behind have caught up due to some of those mistakes up front.
Yeah, Ortiz on the back of Byron, Byron on the back of Cameron, Cameron on the back of Cockcroft, and Brown is getting close to Ortiz too, so it's about to be 6 people actually.
Yep.
It's quite the group we got here. Ortiz might get a run. Nope, I was gonna say a run on Byron, but
Tries to
Byron
put out a
ahead.
dummy, it looks like. But I don't think Byron's going to fall for that.
Yeah, Byron got a little loose through the S's, but so did Ortiz, unfortunately. As Byron sends it deep into the final corner, he's going to have a better run off the corner probably, but it's going to lose more time.
Yeah, but
to be pack in front of him.
He was definitely all TC as he went out on the curb, so just barely stays ahead.
Oh my goodness, it's who can make or who can not make a mistake here. Every breaking point matters. Is that Nick Cameron just got around Cockcroft?
Yeah, he did. I think Cockcroft just didn't carry enough speed out of that second big turn, and Nick Cameron took advantage. And he's now a second and a half behind Yates.
Ortiz is looking up the inside, going to the S's, but backs out. Oh, Byron, deep.
Yep. Looks like Byron was busy looking in his rear view there.
Yep, that's going to cost him 2 positions down to P8 now.
Yeah, Ortiz and Brown take advantage of that.
Yep.
And
Luckily
now
for Byron, he can catch up probably. This
I'm sure
pack
he can.
continues to hold each other up.
Will Brown has entered the picture now as he's getting in behind Ortiz. And now Ortiz has somebody new to challenge.
Byron just came into the pits. As they're spacing out a little bit, with the exception of Cockcroft and Ortiz.
Ortiz still willing to sit back and challenge whoever's in front of him.
Yeah, Ortiz has some pace. He's been, anytime he falls back for whatever reason, I mean, he's right back on whoever's bumper within a lap.
Not only that, but he's been very, very good at just sticking onto them.
Yep.
I mean, I've been seeing him less than a half a second behind whoever's in front pretty much all race, apart from a couple of moments. Which is a solid feat, because that's just difficult to do on a track this wet.
Yeah, with spray in your face too. Can't really tell how bad the spray is, but it's not dry conditions regardless.
Martin Riggs approaching Yezerski back here. Both of these drivers have pitted, so I
Yep.
think Martin's just interested in upgrading his pace. And
Unfortunately for Martin, and I'll pause a second as Ortiz is right on the back of Cockcroft. Cockcroft went a little deep into a corner, but Ortiz is going to let him keep it for now.
Ortiz sticking right on him. Some more.
I'm going to rewind for Cube Master here. He just got by Rigatoni.
Oh, Felker spins around in the grass. He's in a bad spot. Not even attempting to turn around yet, and just teleports back
returns
to pits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ricatoni just went wide on 11, and that allowed Q Master by. Back on board with Ortiz.
While we've been talking,
Felker left.
Oh, he left?
He just left.
Oh, man.
drop race.
That's what we said about Watkins, too. He's having a great race.
Yep. Well. I bet Pat thinks that Ortiz is just being super pesky back there.
Cockcroft is sending it deep, I feel like, in every corner at this point.
Yeah.
He's holding the position. He's like getting up to speed quick enough, so he's able to hang on, but it just doesn't
Yep.
seem fast when watching from behind him.
Yep. And I'm sure that in part he's probably just taking somewhat defensive lines and break points, and it's costing him. Will Brown's starting to catch up behind them as well.
Yeah. Ortiz has a slight run.
Ortiz gonna look up inside, but it's probably a dummy.
Yep, he checks up. Oh, we got loose though on the first.
Yeah, Will Brown might take advantage of that. Seems like he will, as he gets a chance to dive into the inside here. Makes it happen. As
Yeah, Ortiz gave plenty of space for that.
yeah.
He was ready for it.
Yep. And I have a feeling we might be watching Ortiz stick onto the back of somebody else now.
Yep.
Martin Riggs still right on the back of Yezerski. He must be pulling out all the stops to keep him there.
Yeah, well, and remember, both have pit twice. Martin with that stop go 30, and Colin with that probably unfortunate no fill bug.
Yep.
Martin goes a little deep.
They have a 25-second gap to the next car in front of them, unfortunately. And Ortiz now is side by side with Brown. Lifts a little bit on the straight though. It's gonna file in behind him. Oh, he sends up the inside. Possibly.
Fancy attempt there by
Wow,
Ortiz.
that was quite the move.
Will Brown's gonna try to make sure he sniffs that one out going forward, I bet. Maybe
Brown.
he's breaking
Brown's
shoot.
around. Just misses Ortiz though, which is good.
At
Brown
least he manages
on
to
track.
catch it.
Yeah, he's on track. Doesn't have to struggle through the wet grass, fortunately.
Yep. That's a spot on the track that'll definitely get you if you aren't paying enough attention.
Yep.
A lot of wet around there.
Brown slots in 8th behind, 4 seconds behind Donahue.
I'm sure he's at least happy that he didn't lose too many positions. Probably only lost about 10 total seconds, I'd guess.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It's a part of the track that can be a lot more costly than that, so he got somewhat lucky.
I'm on board with Flores now in the picture-in-picture, who's right on the back of Vincent. And Ortiz is now around.
He spins quite a bit
Rewind
there.
here and rewind in the picture-in-picture. Is he just too much throttle? Maybe he was didn't look like he was on the curb too much, but
I think it's
we've
so.
seen that curb take a few people today. So I guess Brown technically won that battle.
Yep.
I guess so.
As Ortiz falls to 10th and Brown's moved up one spot to 7th.
I'll tell you what, though, it has alleviated the pressure on Pat Cockcroft,
Oh yeah.
who's defending for his life.
Yep, he's now 7 seconds clear of Donahue behind him.
Yeah, the top 6 now have pretty much all spread out. Racing's done there for the time being, and the closest fight is now Rutledge. Ortiz's teammate might be looking to take some sort of pseudo-revenge on Will Brown. Not that Will had even anything to do with Ortiz's spin.
There were some. Oh, Yuzerski
Ooh.
hit Cameron
Halfway mark. Keep pushing.
going to the final corner. I was wondering how Riggs got around Yuzerski, but fortunately it was a blue flag incident on the final corner, and Cameron might have some slight
That
damage from
is
that
tough. Zerski down a bit
Yeah,
more.
Roscoe Bat actually has a stop-go 30 down on P24. Another one catches the wet entrance.
one. Flores decides to not follow Vince anymore, and he comes into pit, hoping for an undercut. And Rutledge is hanging on to the back of Brown here. He's been within a second since Brown's incident a bit earlier.
Yep, he's unsurprisingly taking a page out of his teammate Ortiz's book.
Yeah. Yep.
Wonder if there's something to that Lambo.
It's
There's a
got
lot of
speed,
things to
that's
the
for sure.
Lambo.
What was that?
There's a lot of things to the Lambo, apparently.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So I've been told.
I wouldn't know.
Me either.
I'm just a meta driver that drives the Ferrari.
Yeah, I just work here.
Just another NPC. Rutledge actually goes super deep there, so he's falling back off Will.
Yep, that gives some breathing space for him.
No.
Oh, we were so close that we're flickering between no cars being within 1 second of each other.
We have none. Well,
Good work, everyone. Good work. Mission
Well-
accomplished.
we have
Ah,
an opportunity to talk about Lorenzo here for a moment, I suppose.
Actually, you know what we have a good opportunity for?
I know.
Hey, what do you know, Bailey?
Let's hear it.
I think it's a great time to take a moment to thank our SRA sponsors. How about that?
I would agree. I would agree
yeah.
it's a great time.
I agree. Just want to give a quick shout out to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. Try and get to this with all this congestion. I'll do my best. And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favorite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high-quality sim rigs and accessories. Use codes capital S, capital R, capital A, lowercase t, and e at checkout to support us. That is capital SRA, lowercase te at checkout. And also another big shout out to Armamentario. Armamentario is a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. And last but not least, Go Setups, premium esports setups for everyone. Use our affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level.
Good work.
Thank you.
Also, just to note is that Martin Riggs down in 22nd. He is sticking to the back of Nick Cameron. The both of them are kind of pulling away from Cockcroft slowly. So Riggs definitely has pace. It's just unfortunate that he had to stop and go. And he's down there in 22nd.
Yeah, Riggs is looking to be more or less 5th fastest driver on track in terms of pace, it looks like. But
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, just a tough quali and stop and go.
Yep. And Felix is.
You actually have Maxi Poe pushing onto Rutledge now.
Or, I'm sorry, Cube is right on the back of Felix. 0.1 second gap between them as Cube is looking which way to go. Looking on the outside now. But have to make a move there as Felix got a little loose on the exit, but he's going to hold that inside for the defensive move. And Cube's got... Cube gets a little loose on exit there. He's going to slot back in behind Felix for now, going into the final corner of the lap. Looks like Felix has typically the better exits in that Porsche versus Cube's Ferrari, but Cube is hanging in there.
Poe actually
Side by side.
Does he manage to stay ahead here? It looks like he does.
Yep.
Rutledge falls back by 1 position here going into turn 1.
Good move there by Poe.
Darren Wicks into the pits.
Cube Master still right on the back of Felix.
Yep.
Down in picture.
Yep, he's just hanging in there. Can't quite get side by side, but he's just about.
Waiting for that juicy mistake.
Yep, that's what it seems like.
Poe trying to build a gap over Rutledge, who we just passed, and it's like he might be starting to succeed, but every time I think that, Rutledge dips back in a little bit closer.
Cube right on the inside of Felix. Can't get the move.
Just
He's
on
gonna look at
Rutledge,
the
actually with
inside.
a drive-through.
Oh, really? Cube just got by
Track
Felix. I don't know if Felix lifted or what, but that looked really easy for Cube on the straight. Maybe Felix just couldn't get the power down.
It's tough to see. Rutledge picks up a drive-through, probably in the chicane. It's like the only part of the track I think you can really cut for any sort of advantage here. So see him serve that. And that makes it so that there are once again no more battles. So maybe now we talk about Christian Lorenzo.
Christian Lorenzo?
Give the man his flowers.
10.5 seconds ahead of Dockendorf right now. His fastest lap is
ridiculous.
6/10 or so, I think.
Yep, 6/10.
Yeah, he's fast. Very, very fast. Pole on the silver track for qualifying, and he's not slowing down.
Yep, it actually seems like he's keeping a lot of pace in his pocket. Let's take a look and see how he's looking.
Ooh, looking good.
Cool, calm, and collected in that driver's seat.
Definitely.
But yeah, I've been more or less paying attention, and it just seems like he's just matching Dockendorf behind him, just matching his pace somewhat at will. And I bet he's got plenty in his pocket if he needs to pick it up, but I don't think he's going to need to.
No, I don't think so either.
Putting on a masterclass for the gold drivers.
Dockendorf too.
Oh yeah.
Silver driver, and I mean he's 5 seconds clear of the next driver in front of or behind him as well. So
yeah, Lane Yates has been able to stay so well ahead of Nick Cameron and Pat Cockcroft that I'm surprised he hasn't caught up to Dockendorf, but those guys making it look easy up there.
Yeah, some fast silvers tonight. Oh no. Ortiz. Oh.
Ooh, almost runs into the side of Yezerski there.
Yep, but luckily he doesn't. But just a lazy spin there, slow. Like, just knew it was coming, unfortunately. But
who's
he
the
gets
position
back,
of Byron and Sadat?
Yeah, back moving up in 11th place.
We have a race going on here with Felix pushing on a Cube Master.
He came back.
Yeah.
Thought Cube was gonna run away a little bit there. It was looking like it at least for the first lap he was by, but Felix is hanging in there. Ooh, a little loose there on the exit though. He's gonna lose almost half a second on Cube. And Fridays suddenly right on the back of Wicks. Wicks might have had a incident going through the S's.
Yeah, looks like his current lap is a little bit slower, so.
And Ortiz is coming into the pits as well. And
so is Vincent.
So is Vincent, yeah.
Dockendorf actually improves his best time and dips into the 32s. So we now have 3 drivers in the 32s, and it looks like he is about a 1.5 seconds closer to Lorenzo. So let's see how Lorenzo responds up in P1.
I'm not sure if something also happened to Yates, because Yates dropped about 3 seconds to Dockendorf.
Well, Dockendorf picked up the pace quite a bit, and I'm guessing, yeah, it looks like Yates' last lap was a 35.7, so he might have had an off track or just a spooky couple of corners or something.
And Pat Cockcroft comes into the pits from, where is he?
P5.
P5, yeah.
Yep.
About 10 drivers left to pit. Ian Byron is leading those who have pit at this point. We've got Ryan Boisano following him up by about 25 seconds or so, but in pretty good position in terms of where he started, and kind of shows that he pit early, had a lot of clean air, and I would bet that felt pretty good.
Pat Cockcroft coming out ahead of Ian Byron.
Interesting.
So now Pat's leading those who've pit.
Yep.
Yep.
Ryan has a little bit of company now as Darren Robichaud pulls up and wants to put on the pressure.
Yeah, he almost made a move going into Rutledge is off track.
Yep.
Robichaud almost made a move going out of the S's as Boisano had a pretty poor, I don't know what to call it, it's not a turn, but like a journey through the S's, and Robichaud just had nowhere to go, unfortunately, had to back out.
Yep.
Pat through the S's. Oh, 1-2 through the S's.
Panzo is back and dialing in the pressure on Felix.
Oh, Donahue's around. Donahue was in 5th. He was having a good race. He luckily didn't go off track. He was right on the edge of the track, so he got going pretty quick, but a few seconds lost there.
Loses a few seconds and 2 positions to William Brown and Poe.
Yep.
And we've suddenly got some battles forming on track again.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
Maxi once again trying to catch up and dial in the pressure on Brown. A little bit further back we have Byron within half a second of Pat. They're fighting for the lead of those who've pit. And down in the middle of the field we have Ortiz right on the back of Friday as we see Friday drifting around that corner a little bit.
Oh no!
Ah.
Oh, Ortiz just a little too twitchy on the throttle or the steering inputs there, trying to get around.
Yep.
Just lost it.
Don't like to see that.
Yeah, just some overcorrecting, like a car on the highway.
Yep.
Fishtails it. That's unfortunate.
I think he might have got a little too antsy seeing the car in front of him lose the rear, and
yep, I would agree.
Might have been too aggressive trying to make that overtake.
And Felix Flores and Rigatoni are all in line with each other as well, as they were very close to each other going into a, I'm not sure what corner that was, but it was an apex of a corner.
Yeah, nice little battle for P18 there.
Spaced out a little bit.
Martin Riggs and Yazurski looks like they had contact.
Rewinding. Riggs ended up in the wall, unfortunately.
See that in the picture.
Riggs just loses it on throttle.
Okay. So it looks like he just spun somewhat on his own? Yeah,
he was on his own. He just put the throttle down too quick, it looked like.
Yeah, I saw Yazurski got flagged for it as well, so I wasn't sure. Maybe there was contact. Oh, now Pat Cockcroft.
Byron just hit the back of Cockcroft. We're in the same picture. I'll switch my angle, but
sorry.
Ooh, that scared me.
Oh yeah, that was.
I just saw it flying.
Luckily, there was a bit of a savior there, but.
Yeah, that was the second time that's happened between those two, with Ian Byron almost going into the back of Pat Cockcroft.
Yeah, luckily everyone stays on track.
That Lamborghini not really comfortable being too aggressive, being on the brakes, it looks like, as for a moment Dockendorf went yellow and it looks like he's invalidated his lap, so maybe he went off track. Oh yeah.
Yeah, someone just went off track, and then Felix went off track, or Flores went off track, and then Felix looks like he went off track and lost the spot.
Yep. By the way,
I rewind 15 seconds and then the same battle, something else happens.
Looks like Maxi Poe manages to get ahead of William Brown.
Did something happen to Brown?
I don't know. I thought he was ahead and then all of a sudden he wasn't.
2 seconds, it looked like, to Poe.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Interesting.
Wicks just went off track as well. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Brown, because he fell back quite a bit quickly.
Yeah, and I was just about to say that Cockcroft is approaching Sadat, but because he and a few around him have pit and gotten into these battles afterwards, it's actually sort of opened the door to Poe, Cameron, and Brown to try to overcut those guys and make them come out behind them.
Oops, Sadat pulls into pit.
Yep. And before that, Nick Cameron, Poe, and Brown were all running in the 33s, where Cockcroft, Donahue, Byron are all running in 34s, so depending on how that keeps up, we very well may see them slot in behind where they were before they pit.
It's like Wicks went off track again. He's really struggling these past few laps. And Lane Yates is very slowly gaining time on Dockendorf. Looks like Dockendorf, he had a bad lap last lap. He had a 38. And Yates now within 3 seconds. He gained about 5 seconds that lap.
Yep. It looks like as well that Lorenzo started putting in low 33s to stay ahead, despite the pressure that Dockendorf started to put on him a little while ago.
Yeah, we'll see if Dockendorf can bounce back and start pulling away again from Yates.
Yeah.
He put in a good last lap, so it looks like he'll be okay.
Need Byron putting on some pressure for Cockcroft again, trying to take the lead of those who have pit, and spatially about P5 or so.
Oh, Yates is off track.
Oh, that's gonna leave a door open for Nick Cameron, as he
got him.
more trouble happens with, who is that? Darren Wicks spun out, maybe trying to avoid lane or so. But anyways, Nick Cameron up into P3 provisionally.
Yep. Oh, our leader's into the pits.
Yeah. Julio Ortiz also picked up a drive-through through the chicane, so he's serving that at the
man.
moment as well.
It's tough. Him and his teammate both got drive-throughs there.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Also, good news for Martin Riggs is he picked up that position when Wicks went off track. Riggs picked up another one. And Lorenzo's coming out. Actually, Dockendorf and Yates also came in. So Lorenzo's just dropping down to second after his pit.
Cameron probably just wanting to savor this moment. Q1.
Yeah, why not? Lead a lot.
Man of good taste.
Yep. Not sure if Poe?
Yeah, Bobby
Poe's got by
Dockendorf.
Dockendorf, yeah.
Oh, but I don't believe Poe's pitted yet.
Poe hasn't pitted yet, yeah.
And Dockendorf might be a little cold coming out of the pits.
Looks like it's Poe and Rutledge and Brown are the only three. Oh, and Nick Cameron, of course,
Yep.
in first.
Exactly.
Are the ones who haven't pitted.
I have a feeling that might change here in the next 4.5 minutes.
I would hope so. That's for sure.
It's like Darren Wicks had a little bit more trouble. Something might be going wrong with his car at this point.
Yeah, he
Flat
dropped
spotting
another
or
spot.
something. And I'm actually looking and wondering. For a while, it looked like William Brown was dealing with something with his car as he was doing 35s for a couple laps in a row, but looks like he's comfortably back into the 33s.
Yep. Nick Cameron just came in as well. So sort of his pit.
Lorenzo will take that lead again.
And Byron just got around Cockcroft in 11.
Oh, wow.
So he gains another spot around the inside. Cockcroft just sent it wide.
That's
and
huge.
oh no, now Byron sends it wide.
A little bit too wide, and Cockcroft and Lane Yates both get better drives.
I think he's going to hold it. He's got the inside at least.
Yep.
Yep, he's about a car length clear.
Keeps his
And
line pretty wide.
Yates is looking, right up the inside of Cockcroft, but now Pat is right on the back of Byron. He had a good run off turn one.
See how it goes towards the old hairpin here.
He's losing time on the straight there. Just follow.
Porsche definitely able to maintain a touch more speed. Looks like these guys might be stuck following each other.
Yep. Pat took a look on the inside, but nothing there. And now Yates is back to the party.
Oh, Lane Yates got a little squirrely, taking too much of that curb.
Yeah.
Luckily, he saved it.
Oh, and
Me
that's
and Byron.
yeah. Byron just
Cockcroft
Never
able to
near
blow right
someone.
by him
Chicane.
because of that.
yeah. He just can't find this breaking point. And Yates is looking up.
Wide.
Oh, that was tight.
Byron had to go wide because of that, and thus Cockcroft is able to stay ahead.
Yeah, I
Takes his
I've-
position back.
have a feeling these guys are going to stay close to each other, though, as Yates sends it wide in the final corner. Now Byron all on the back of Cockcroft.
Thinking about sending it, but not enough time.
Nope. Rutledge comes in for his pit.
Bobby
And
Dockendorf, yellow flag.
is off.
Now
Around
Bobby
15 seconds here.
Doc
He's just,
losing his.
he's just by himself in the picture-in-picture and just takes a lot of curb. And keeps it out of the wall, but
Nick Cameron.
deep in the grass, unfortunately.
I think Nick Cameron is his teammate and takes the position from him.
Yeah. Jump back with Byron in the picture-in-picture, and Cube, or I'm sorry, not Cube. Rutledge comes out P15 after his pit.
There's another fight going on between Friday and Robichaud.
Yep, they've been hanging around each other recently as well.
Now Dockendorf is going to start catching up to Cameron and see if he can't take that position back. Will Brown, the last person to enter the pits.
Poor exit by Byron there. Oh, geez, Byron sends it deep in the final corner and almost gets to the back of Cockcroft.
Yeah, those
It was
Lamborghini brakes.
Tight racing, and Rutledge is around after coming out of the pits, it looks like. Not sure what happened there,
That is a
but
tough
dropping.
spot to go wide.
I'm guessing just too much curb, as we've seen with the others.
Probably. Byron's still sticking close to Cockcroft.
Yep.
But yeah, it's
And Brown also came out P8 after his pit.
The pit window is closing
So
down.
pretty
good for our second place in the championship.
Yep.
Will Brown.
He very well may take the position back. That'll be a little close.
I think it'll be close, but I think he can. Not sure how drop races factor in.
Oh
Ooh,
boy,
Byron.
in Byron.
Loose and catching it, and Yates will take that spot.
Yeah, that Lamborghini has been appearing more and more unstable as this end of the race is coming.
Yeah.
Dockendorf getting a little bit closer to Nick Cameron, fighting for P2.
Looks like Felix got around Flores again as well. They've been switching back and forth throughout the race.
Yep. Fight between Byron and Yates is on now. Cockcroft just ahead of them.
My goodness, these three going at it.
These are gold podiums they're fighting for, so I don't blame them. Another thing that I'll point out is that provisionally, Nick Cameron and Bobby Dockendorf are looking at a potential double podium for their team.
Nice, big points for constructors or team standings.
Oh yeah, and I think they were running in either first or second. I think they were running in first. We were saying they'll have an opportunity to really stretch that lead, and looking at some of their competitors, I think they will do just that.
Yeah, definitely. Also, since everyone's pitted real quick, our biggest gainers are Poe, who's in P7. He gained 9 spots this race. Also 9 spots up is Friday in P12.
Boisano's got to be on that list too, right?
Wozno's up 7. He's currently P10. Felix is up 8. He's P16. And Nick Cameron in second is up 6 spots. So
Awesome.
big movers there.
That's huge for Nick to go up 6 spots into P2 provisionally.
Definitely. He just had a really clean race and just worked his way up there.
For sure. And Lorenzo does start the final lap. He is 40 seconds into the lap with a 25-second lead. So might get a little spicy here at the end.
There he is, driving away, a little Max Verstappen-esque with that orange car.
Definitely.
And performance.
And performance. Yeah.
Yeah. No threat today for him. He was on top of it.
Yes,
D5
he does.
gold win.
Some waves.
Byron got loose.
Yeah, so he'll fall off of Yates a little bit.
Yep, he's
That might take
Yeah,
away
that-
the rest of his opportunity if Yates keeps his lap clean.
The leader has finished the race.
As Lorenzo does cross the line to take home that win for tonight. Nick Cameron 25 seconds down the road, waiting for him.
I'm on the oh. Friday just got to the back of Robichaud in the final lap, and now he gets spun by the car
Sedan
behind
hit.
him.
It's massive.
Oh
massive.
no.
Last
I'm gonna
lap,
rewind.
a little bit of a pile up.
Yep. Friday
See
was
that
gonna
in the
wait for
picture.
Robichaud to get back in front of him, and unfortunately stopped in the middle of the track
Cockcroft takes
After
P4.
after a corner, and the
then
cars
Yates,
behind
then
just
Byron.
didn't know. Heard a replay on the.
Whew.
Yeah, he was just waiting to let him go, and the cars behind just didn't know what he was doing, stopping on track.
Yeah, I think they're all trying to hit their brakes, but don't really have enough.
They
once
just
they
didn't
see the
expect it.
issue.
Yeah, that's
Will Brown
unfortunate.
takes P7, Donahue in 9th, Boisano in 10th. Robichaud's going to finish P11. As he's coming around the final corner after that
Yeah, luckily,
messy stuff.
I think he kept his position at least. Friday lost
So
4
that's just behind
spots.
him. Then we've got Rigatoni and Cube Master, Friday, Rutledge, Vincent, Felix, Flores, Ortiz, Yazurski, Wicks, Bat, and Aoki.
Whew, that was a tight finish at least.
Yeah, it was very close. Brutal finish there, but I think Lorenzo could have gone and made a sandwich by the time Nick Cameron finished the race.
Yeah, he dominated today.
Absolutely, he
from
did.
start to finish.
Didn't make any mistakes.
Nope.
Just kind of ran away with it. But yeah, that'll be the end of the race for this evening. Let's pull up. Let's do a couple of interviews here before we call it a night. Pull up our race winner,
Let's do it.
Mr. Christian Lorenzo. Christian, welcome to the booth. Heck of a race from you, my friend. Dominant. Probably a pretty boring race for yourself. Not sure how it was. We tried to jump in and out of what you were up to, what you were doing, just kind of hot lapping, it seemed like, but must have been pretty calm up there.
Yeah, it was. Thankfully, at the beginning,
Absolutely.
felt a little bit of pressure from Dockendorf, but yeah, after I built a gap, I was just trying to maintain it the whole race. It
Yeah,
was pretty good.
and I'd say you did, as you did end up with the fastest lap pull and the race win, so maximum points for yourself. That'll help you hopefully somewhat come back in the driver's standings. But yeah, a little bit of action behind you. You pulled out a 25-second gap as you crossed the line. So I mean, you did something right.
Can't
Yeah.
get much better
Yeah.
than that.
Exactly.
I
Who
didn't
doesn't love
expect
a
it to
win
be
with
that
no
big.
pressure? Oh, no, we didn't either. So, but yeah, what did you find tricky about this track?
Honestly, the curbs. As soon as you touch the
Yeah.
curbs, while braking, the car
Mhm.
is gone.
Absolutely, and it's hard to save it.
Yep. I mean, in the practice races, it was almost impossible to me. Like as soon as I touched it, I was in the grass. So
Yeah.
this whole race, I was just evading them the whole time.
Yeah.
And when I did touch
Well,
them, it was just lift and pray that it doesn't.
hope for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw a lot of death tonight from that exact situation, but good to see that you overcame that and avoided that, and as we said before, had a very dominant performance. We won't keep you long. How are you feeling about next week at Silverstone?
I gotta do some practice, but I'm feeling good. Hopefully, I can be in the top 10. I expect everybody, to.
Top 10. You got to go for the win now.
Yeah, no kidding.
And get the win.
Usually, I'm better in the wet.
Okay.
My other podiums in SRA has been in the wet, outside from the Imola win like this season. So I don't expect to be so high up, but we'll see. Maybe I find some tricks here and there and can get that, at least on the podium. Would be nice.
Absolutely. A podium would be great, and I have full faith in you as you are you might be a silver, but you should definitely not be a silver. I'll tell you that much.
You're not today.
But yeah, once again, great race tonight. Wish you the best of luck in your practice for Silverstone, and hopefully another podium, if not a win for that race. But
Thank you.
yeah. Yep. Have a great rest of your night, my friend.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Great win from him. Let's see. Very dominant. Let's pull up Nick Cameron, P2, correct?
Correct, P2.
Correct. Nick Cameron, my friend, welcome. Congrats on that podium, P2. Heck of a drive. 6 positions gained. How you feeling after that race?
Yeah, good. Super fortunate. Some people had some misfortune in front of me, and I was concentrating on keeping it on the road.
Yeah, and unfortunately, one of those people was your teammate, Bobby Dockendorf, who still finished on the podium. Great points from you guys.
Yeah, double podium. I was sad to see the spin, but yeah.
Yeah, we were too, because he kind of ran a quiet solo race up there in P2, but still finished P3. Still not a bad finish and a great result for you guys. I think pulling out a bigger lead there. Were you guys there? You guys are leading, correct?
I think we were 5 points down, and then after this, probably pulled a pretty good chunk. So yeah, we're prioritizing the team. So we're trying to get the points every week and just run steady, and it totally worked out today.
Definitely.
Well, I can with confidence tell you now that it has been updated. You guys are 127 points ahead.
Oh my goodness.
Yo.
So
yeah, he's been putting in really good work all year, and we've just been trying to keep it consistent. And yeah, here we go. Hopefully, 3 races left?
Two races. You got Silverstone next week, and then Valencia to wrap it up.
Yeah. So hopefully, no spins, no rage quitting. We'll see if we can pull it through to the end.
Absolutely. So it's your championship to lose. We won't keep you long. We wish you the best of luck. You and your teammate. We'll pull up Bobby here in a second and talk to him. But yeah, wish you the best of luck at Silverstone. Hope for another good result like this, and hopefully potentially secure it next week if possible.
Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna try to get more practice in next week, and yeah, thank you guys, of course, for everything you do. The streams are always great. I can't wait to watch it on my way to bed.
Awesome, man. No problem. Well, yep. Good luck next week, and great race.
Yep, good
race.
Cheers, guys. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Yep. See ya.
You're gonna move up pretty close in the drivers' championship as well. After that,
I didn't even look at drivers.
I think he might be leading.
Nick Cameron takes the lead. Yeah, Nick Cameron takes the lead, dude.
Yeah,
I didn't even tell him that.
I was gonna say he was 44 behind Riggs, and
get him back in here.
wait, real quick.
Yeah, well, I don't see Bobby Dockendorf anywhere anymore, unfortunately.
The heck did Bobby go? Where is Bobby gone?
I think Dockendorf will still be. They'll be P1 and P1 in gold and silver. The two teammates.
Yep, and they had a double podium. It's big.
Yep.
They did.
Congrats to you, Bobby Dockendorf, wherever you are.
Yes, I'm sure you'd have had a great interview, but yeah.
Do we
That'll
want to
be,
find someone else? No?
I mean, do we got anybody in mind, perhaps?
Who was the other silver that was up on top?
Bobby Dockendorf.
Dockendorf for
Oh,
second.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pat Cockcroft came in P2 in gold.
We could talk
he
to
there?
Pat.
Yeah. Pull
Give
them.
him another
is.
one. Why not?
All right, let's do it. Let's pull in Mr. Pat Cockcroft here. The good old Pat Cockcroft. Pat Cockcroft, hello, my friend.
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up? We were gonna bring up Bobby Dockendorf, but he couldn't find him anywhere. So you were next in line, my friend.
Next best
P4,
thing.
heck of a race from you, my friend. I actually
Yeah.
you'll watch it probably back, but I actually chose you to be my big driver for today, and I think you absolutely outperformed everybody and made my decision very smart. So
Oh, thanks. Well,
good
I'm
rate.
sorry I didn't get the P1. I
No,
think
the
I could.
P4
I think I could have done it.
P4 is equally as good in my opinion. I'd take a P4
Sorry.
any day of the week.
Yeah, Bailey's
but,
pick kind of smoked me and Mike, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think Byron,
yeah.
you had a good time with tonight.
Yeah. Ian, and Yates. We had battles for most of the race, and then Riggs slipped in there, and I was in voice chat with him. I'm like, dude, just go. Like, if you slow me down, like I'll let you know. But just go, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
watch
he had
back
a
the
stop go
stream,
30, unfortunately.
Yep. He was not happy about that.
Oh, I'm
if you
sure.
watch back the stream, I think we spent probably most of the time following your group.
A good 40
So,
minutes, yeah.
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 So you have lots of airtime to watch back.
Absolutely. It looked like a sweaty race for you.
Oh,
I
am legit sweaty.
Yeah, I bet. But yeah, I mean, great battle, great to watch as well, dude. You've had a heck of a season. Talked about it before the race started that I chose you for a reason, and I think this race and most of the races this season have proved to be the reason why is you are currently sitting P6 in the driver's standings,
Ooh,
only 82 points
couple
off. So I mean,
spots.
it's not completely over for you, my friend.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Silverstone, but I do like Valencia, so we'll see.
Yes.
We'll see what happens.
Exactly. But yeah, Silverstone next week, like you said. So hopefully get some good practice in and good consistency as well. And hopefully I get to talk to you again. Hopefully maybe pick you next week as well.
Ooh,
Hoo-hoo.
very
But
nice.
Pat, we'll let you go back to the race chat, race review. Thanks for talking to us once again.
Yeah,
Love having
thanks
you
for having
up
me up here, guys, and thanks
No
for
problem.
commentating. It's always appreciated. Always love watching it back. It's always fun.
Love watching. We love watching. We love commentating because it's it's the pinnacle of racing here at SRA.
Exactly.
D5 is.
That's why
Yeah,
I'm doing it.
So.
D5 is super sweaty, actually. Like, I was actually kind of surprised that I got from D4 to D5, and D5 is no joke.
No, it is not. But you're holding your own, so that's something to speak about as well.
Yeah. Thanks,
But
guys.
we'll let you go, Pat. Yep. Have a good night, my friend.
You guys
Congrats,
as well.
Thank you, friend. Pat Cockcroft. What a guy.
What a
Love
guy.
talking to him. Yes.
Probably
But
hear
I
from him
think
again.
we had some good conversations tonight. Kind of a long, slow race, I felt, but these things happen.
It picked up towards the
But,
end. I mean, the middle
As always.
was tough, but we ended up actually getting more fights than I thought we would.
We did. But yeah, I think you guys got anything else for tonight?
Nope.
I'm
I don't.
excited to
Good.
run the race tomorrow.
Yeah, me as well. I'm a big fan of Donington, so
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Nervous.
Got a lot on the line, you know.
You got nothing on
Fighting
the
for that
line.
team championship. Yeah, I do. You don't know me.
Team championship. Okay.
Yeah. But
He has an
yeah,
opportunity.
so there's a chance.
Opportunity
Minuscule,
to get
but we take it. I'm not even getting carried.
John Archie, he's carrying, man.
John's
He's
had some
fast.
tough results, I think.
He's only got 70 more points than I do.
Oh, that's light years ahead, man. You gotta get the practice in. Quit the F1 race and then put in the ACC practice.
Exactly.
Oh, I will tomorrow. Don't worry, I will. But I think that'll do it for us tonight, boys. I am ready to go to bed. Feeling sick as a dog. But that was round 6.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's been
The penultimate race at Silverstone in the dry. No more wet races. I think it's a day race, a night race, maybe. I don't remember.
I think it's a regular.
Yeah, I think it's
Regular.
regular.
Because we
Regular
were
race
at
at Silverstone.
wet night last season for Silverstone.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Just
so,
what I need.
Yep. Could be seeing some sweaty times again. So,
Yep.
Looking forward to that. Come back next week to watch that race. But for us here, us commentators, me, Cody, and Mike, thanks for hanging out with us. And we'll see you next week at Silverstone.
Bye.
See you guys. Thank you.
welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's been 3 long weeks here at SRA.
Welcome back to the best racing in North America, home of the SRA GP3 Team Series. 60 minutes of action-packed door-to-door racing, 6 divisions, 6 different championships on the line. Let's get ready for some action tonight.
An incident. Oh, turn. We have Boardman at a yellow. Looks like he's dropping down positions there. The chicane as a bunch of cars are coming through.
Byron's going to take a dive in the Lexus.
Johnson looking to go down the inside of Maxwell.
And we're off and away for SRA.